Support for Radio Friends comes from OsteoStrong. Improvements in bone density, strength, and power can be achieved by weekly 5-minute no-sweat sessions on their 4-spectrum machines. These isometric robotic machines safely emulate high-impact loading on different parts of the skeletal system, which stimulates activity in bone-building cells. Balance and agility can be improved by 2-minute sessions on vibration plates. Every session is supervised by a trained coach. Learn more on Facebook or call to set up a complimentary wellness assessment and session. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, January 26th. Are you smiling right now? Well, we've got a doctor with us today. You know who I'm talking about. Dr. Anand Chockalingam, who says smiling is good for our heart. And I'm smiling. I saw you walk in there today and you had a big smile on your face. Dr. Anand Chockalingam, good to have you here.
Thanks so much again for inviting me to your wonderful show, Paul.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And I know you have helped so many people over the years in your practice. But I want you to explain the one thing that you say over and over again. Why is smiling so important?
Smiling is so important because it is an act that we do out of our intuitive inner nature, because we are formally asking people to smile. And when that happens, it has so much transformative potential to rewire neuroplasticity to benefit us. This is the direct way of practicing positive psychology, or you can say meditative mindfulness, to improve heart health and longevity and build intuitive optimism. There are so many benefits of this. I can go on for an hour.
And even if you're not happy, if you smile, it rewires something in your way of thinking.
It does magic.
Yes, it does. Just smile. Now, you brought a special guest here today who came to you as a patient who was having really some serious heart problems. But he told you, I want you to make me better, but I don't want any procedures.
Yes.
I don't want you to do anything to me. How do you deal with a patient like that who wants you to make him better, but he says, the one thing is no procedures?
See, we study for so many years to become a cardiologist, and we practice the best we can. But people like Willie, who are changing my way of understanding cardiology. When I first met him 2 years ago, he had a lot of issues going on. He's only in his mid-60s, but he was feeling closer to an 80-year-old. He was on a wheelchair. His heart was extremely weak.
He was in a wheelchair?
Yes. His heart was extremely weak. He needed an angiogram. He had kidney failure. He needed a kidney biopsy. He was at risk of dialysis, bypass surgery. And he had friends and family who did not do well with procedures. And personally, he said, Doc, I've been in a hospital for 2 weeks. I still can't breathe great. If you can help me without surgeries, without procedures, I'll take your help. Otherwise, I'm just going to not take your procedures. So then I sat down with him, and he's going to tell you how it's helped him. And for his own personal journey, we published this as a medical publication so doctors can understand Willie's story. But we want today, through you, our community, to learn that 80% of our health has always remained in our hands. Only 20% is with the doctors and the procedures and everything else that science can offer.
So 20% of our health is in the doctor's hands, 80% in our own hand. So Willie, you went to Dr. Anand Chockalingam. Mm-hmm. You were almost at death's door, you could say.
You could say that, yes.
You told him, okay, I want to get better, but the only thing is no procedures. What did he do?
No procedures. Well, when I first met Dr. Chockalingam, most doctors, when you go in their office, they look at you and examine you, and they tell you what they want to do to fix things. Well, the first thing he did was ask me, "What would you like to do?" And so I said, "Doc, I want to live." He asked me if I wanted the stent or the bypass, and I said, "No, don't want to do that." And then he started talking about seeking hunger. And that's when that kind of blew my mind. I was taken to a place where initially I didn't believe him, because it didn't make sense to me that to be hungry was beneficial. I'd never thought like that in my entire life. While I was growing up, I never thought about eating plant-based foods, you know. I had a lot of fast foods growing up. I mean,
So you changed the way you ate.
I definitely changed the way I was eating. He talked about plant-based foods and the benefit that I would receive. And again, initially I didn't believe him, but then I tried it, and I almost immediately, the first month, the second month, I started eating more vegetables, started eating nuts, started eating a lot less, even the volume of food, because he asked me he wanted me to attain a level of being hungry that I didn't initially understand, and now I do.
Did he talk to you about being happy and smiling?
Yes.
How many times an hour are you supposed to smile?
I smile at least 20, but I've gone a lot more than that. After meeting him, I told him today, just the thought of coming to his office today.
Made you smile.
Made me smile.
And I think people may not understand that, and some folks will say, well, that's bah humbug. But it does work, doesn't it?
It absolutely works. I get up in the morning, I open my curtain, and just looking outside the window, that's a smile.
Smile, and give thanks for being alive another day.
Between smiling and making sure that you have gratitude and the things where you are in your life, and there's just nothing better than smiling.
Way of thinking, positive thinking.
Mindfulness is a word that I've come to learn. Just being able to understand what your body is feeling and what you're going through. He taught this ketosis is what I've never heard that word in my life, but now I completely understand what it is, and now I know that it's good to be hungry. When I'm hungry,
are you fasting a day?
Oh, absolutely, minimum 14 hours a day, and I'm up to about 18 hours on a consistent
of fasting. And I know that's one thing Dr. Chockalingam talks about. It's important to fast and let yourself be hungry.
Being hungry is good. And again, initially I didn't understand that, but
now we're almost out of time, Willie. But okay. I mean, we could do an hour special with you. But here you were a couple of years ago, really not doing well at all. You look great now. You sound great. How do you feel?
Doctor, if I was any better, I'd be you.
So you're feeling good, and all of this was done without a procedure.
That's exactly right.
80% of getting well was in your hands. Absolutely. With the coach of Dr. Anand Chockalingam.
Absolutely true, yes.
Okay. I want to thank you so much for coming by. Doc Chock, as we call you here lovingly, if people want more information, they can do what?
Because of Willie and so many others who are benefiting from these simple preventive methods, we are now started cardiometabolic clinics here at the university and at our VA. So in
at
Columbia,
the VA hospital too. Yeah.
If people are interested in looking into their health a little deeper and understanding if they are at risk for heart failure, or sometimes they already may have heart failure, we are happy to work with them and help them be part of their solution.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it.
Thanks
and
so much
continued success. Keep smiling, Willie. And everybody out there, keep smiling. You'll feel better. All right. Bye-bye.